So you can put the okay.
Okay. Okay. Hi, everybody. My name is Shima. Today you're the facilitator, and we are going to talk about work-life balance. And I want to mention at the first that this space is safe. You can share everything you want, and it doesn't feel safe here. Unless you want to harm yourself or now, okay, for starting, how was your week?
You want to start? Oh, just in general.
Okay, anything you want? Yes.
Monday. So last week was a little crazy, but making it through. Better. Yeah, it's the beginning of the week, so let's see. Hopefully,
Okay. For a start, I want to ask you to rate your on the scale of 1 to 10, how balanced do you feel this week?
balance.
Yeah.
Like a whole.
How do you feel, balanced, Are you burned out? Are you feel very, very balanced? Or,
I feel like with work and everything, I feel like it wasn't as productive as I wanted it to be. I think I worked a lot this week, and covered for a lot of people, so as I said, I would say I was productive.
okay. Yeah, makes sense. Hold on.
Yeah, Mondays are long for us. So I got to work at 3:55 and get home by 4:15. Have an online class. Leave there and then come here for this class. So yeah. Yeah, I have like no breaks on it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm here for Mondays on a work day. I actually could have gone out today, but I did it because I know I had to take a client to go see a shelter. But yeah, usually the beginning of the week, it's like I just like to get my footing. Like, who do I need to meet with? So it's like just organizing my week.
Okay. Yeah, I know. Mondays are not so for me, another is the start of the week, just work all the week and that's it. Okay. Let's play balance and burnout. Okay. Do it. I will read some scenarios and you should tell me if that fits balance or it's correct. Okay. You finish an assignment at 2 a.m. and have class at 8 a.m.
Burnout.
Do you want me to stop that?
Oh, because the camera wasn't working.
Well, because the camera is working, it works with the camera of the.
Oh, it's not recording?
We're not seeing it because you're logged in, but we're not seeing. No, I'm not logged in because this camera doesn't work.
No, but on this you're logged in?
Oh, you're logged in.
So I did that first. I'm recording with my laptop here. So, is this okay? Like I said, you will do. I'm not sure about the audio. It's okay. It's okay. You will send that to me. Okay. Okay. You skip one study session to watch a movie with friends.
Balance. Enough of balance.
It depends on the
I'm not gonna get it done.
Okay, it depends on the day. If it's just one assignment I have to do that day, then I feel like I'm okay with like if I know I can make up for it
Yeah.
and I really feel like I need it, I feel like it's a little bit more balanced.
I know myself, so I'm saying that's not it.
If it's, yeah, absolutely.
Yes, I heard. Is this like a paper or something I have to do?
Wait, you're saying you would skip it? You would study instead of hanging out with your friends?
Should I? No.
Trying to do the assignment later.
If I have time, but then if I have time, I'm not really skipping the study assignment. But you can, if I
Schedule.
Yeah, if you have another time, you have another
so I have time to do more studying.
Yeah, to do.
Okay, so yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna skip it.
Can I get means that word? Okay, you say yes to every club and committee that asks.
You say yes to what?
And committee.
Burnout.
Yeah.
You said yes, still not sure, but you saying yes, so you can find out.
I gotta work on that.
You took 30 minutes this morning to journal stretch.
I'm sorry, what happened? Yeah, really good. No, it's good.
To journal stretch.
Crystal's like, I have that extra 20 minutes of sleep.
Yeah, that's self-care. Like you, I don't know. For me, it's different. You're right.
Yeah.
I'll be burned out. That's too much.
That makes sense. Okay, you scroll social media for an hour after studying, then feel guilty.
I feel like if I already did it, that's like she said you feel guilty.
Yeah.
So then that's what I
And that's what I finish the assignment.
Because you're studying.
You're just studying. So you're studying for an hour, but then why would you feel guilty if you like
I'm studying to do what I have to do then.
so you feel guilty is if you feel like you can't take that hour, if you feel like you can't take that hour to like just decompress. But is that decompressing? Just scrolling?
That's so hard.
I'm just laying down and relaxing. It's like, I feel like it's a balance. I did what I had to do, and now I'm just taking out. But then I feel like I'm not so guilty. What I do is study. I don't have a life.
Yeah.
So
I think
for me.
like we're just going based off of like general life or like in general, like okay. Yeah.
Okay. You said the best time to remind yourself to rest.
Balance. Burnout, you think?
You just sleep.
Now, like, what are you doing that you need to remind yourself that you need to sleep?
Maybe you're already burned out, and that's your way of relax and yeah. I think it's a way of you.
It's kind of setting a boundary if you're somebody who feels like I gotta study.
But I'm not resting. Yeah.
But I think even if it's not necessarily like studying, I think if sometimes we get caught up in doing something, just sometimes that
Things will have to go away.
yeah.
Like for me, all my friends therapists, so everybody calling me at 1 o'clock in the morning.
You gotta like shut it off.
But then I feel guilty if I do that because I was.
Well,
My friends gotta call me like,
You're right.
you gotta
But I just
burn out for you. My friends don't go to sleep early, so they have a little therapy question. They gotta call me after 8 o'clock. 8 a.m. Yeah, my friends don't want to call me after 7 o'clock.
I don't be a friend. Yeah. I would put like the alert, like like the DND or sleep. But if someone still message or yeah, I gotta check it. Gotta work on that.
Okay, you cancel plans with a friend to finish a paper on time.
Like it's bound.
That's down.
You can't advertising it.
What's important?
Okay, good.
This is good. I mean,
Oh my god.
realistic. Yes, you got no friends I know really like. Nah, I'm just gonna.
That's so bad. That's so bad.
Then I'll take it. I will give you a paper. You're going to do two pie charts on that. The first one is how you currently divide your time for school, work, social. The second one is your ideal time distribution if you
The circle?
Yeah.
Okay. They put a window in the paper. Oh.
You're raising hands.
Yeah, no. You ain't my right over
Okay.
We have to learn the right one.
No, we didn't know.
And then how we would want to be like that. Okay. Do you have a pen for us? Thank you. Okay. And this is between work,
Yeah.
school.
Yeah, I write it in the bottom, you know. You can
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
yoga.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Which is nice takes up most of your time.
Right now,
Yeah.
for current,
Yeah, for current.
it's like a tie between family responsibilities and life tasks and work and school.
Mine is work in school.
Work and school and study.
I think it's the school.
Mm-hmm.
Mine is like with family,
And not to say like I have a lot of free time, but I just it's hard for me to find a balance. Like with the example you gave just now, like saying no to things to do my schoolwork, that's very hard for me. Um, so yeah, I just like lump everything together: family, friends, free time, minus phone, because it's just a whole thing. I was like taking the most of my
Okay, about the school. How do you try to stay balanced?
I feel like for me, like when I said fall and spring, I really have time to do anything else. But when it comes to like the summer semester, I try to get that fall, like summer period and everything. Because summer is like basically their vacation. So I'm already like wired to think of that. I have to only work and do schoolwork fall and spring. That makes sense.
The semester's longer too. Sometimes it's like, oh, okay. I see what it is on, but
I feel like for me, I try to like get together. I mean, like the thing is, like a lot of like my friends are like most of my friends are in school, but then I also have a lot of friends who are already like in their careers, so they're kind of already busy. So when we all have the opportunity to hang out with each other, we know it's because that time is allotted for us. Like it's really sad, but we all like to have the calendar and like you scroll and it's like all booked up. And then when we all see that we have the same day and we're all like, okay, let's all go do something that day. But I'm telling you, either Google Calendar or Apple Calendar helps so much because it's all just like you can share calendars. If you have like an iPhone, you can share calendars and then everyone's all on the calendar.
I believe that's very
It is really dangerous because it opens
I don't think it's available. Yeah.
like a large thing. I have a very large family, a lot. Not say I have a lot of friends, but just I have friends who like my best friend just had a baby, so it's like christening, doing this, she's getting her ears pierced. You want to be a part of all these things, but it's like it's so hard, yo. Like I can't with like every like even when I think I have like a free weekend, then I'm just like randomly gonna call or just have like Friday night. It's tomorrow, and it's like girl, you know, like, but it's so hard to say. I feel guilty saying no. Because I'm so used to like I haven't been in school for a while. Like I'm just now going back to school. So before this would never be an issue. Like all I was doing was working. I had all the free time. So anytime someone would be like, come to this, we do this. I'd be like, okay, cool. It's so hard adjusting and being like, because who's gonna say no if I don't say no? So I have to be responsible to say no. It's so hard. So yeah.
I think that's some problems with saying I feel guilty if I don't go because I'm like, okay, I might just go to work in school today, and then I'm like, it's okay.
Instead of they're doing something.
And like, don't do homework out thinking of the homework that was in it too. So yeah. So I'll be there like, damn, I have to find something.
Like if it's due,
Yeah, like I. Like in the second could be two at 12, my friends be like, oh, come on, let's just go over to it's fine. As long as I can go by 10. But it's yeah, yeah. Missed an assignment, but yeah, I will really wait till last minute just for.
none of us like I'm working. Yeah.
No, okay, all right, so, so for me, right now, my focus is to just run through the shit. So work, school, study, work, school, study, work, school, study, work, school, study. That's it. That is what it is for right now. When I'm done, then I'll catch up and do everything. Like I get calls from my family. How's it going? How's school? How's this? How's that? I'm good. Yo, give me 2 hours. I'll call you back. I gotta read this book. I gotta read this chapter. And they're really good about it. Some of them will let, some of them will let me read the chapter too.
What?
I when I was a kid,
Invested.
when I was a kid, I got diagnosed with learning disability. I cannot read hard. If I read hard, I lose concentration. I have to read out loud. I have to hear myself say the words. So it sticks in my head. So he calls me, he told me, I listen to each other, and I'm like, yo, I'm in this chapter. You want to hear it or not? I'm like, go ahead. So I'll read the chapter. And sometimes I'm like, okay, he'll ask me questions. All right, so what does this mean? All right, so if you do this, you know, or he'll get his girlfriend on the phone and she'll be like, all right, I gotta step doing this, and what do I do? So, you know, I'm saying, all right, so as a counselor, as a therapist in training, here's what I would do. Here's what I so that's what helps me. For me, right? And that's
Recording.
so for me, right now, that's my only focus. So I'm taking a trip to Africa. But it's that'll be my present to myself for staying in the grind as it is right now. When we have time, like you know, I'll go out to the ball, I'll go take little short visits. I might shoot the film and get some cheesesteaks and chill out for you know a day or two and then come on back or go to Virginia or something like that. This summer when we had time, I went to the Cayman Islands and kind of hung out for you know a couple of days. I didn't open my laptop. I didn't check no email. I was like, yo, fuck that shit for right now. When I get back and it's time to get into that, I'll get into that. But I really intentionally did not open anything on purpose because I know, okay, when I get back into this, it's just this. So I can't really, you know, I mean, I can identify what everybody said because I was the person who was working while all my other friends were going to school. So you know, I'm working 2 jobs, I'm bringing them in. 2,800, 3,200. I don't get money there, I don't get money. But now I'm looking back on, I was like, damn, I would have went to school with them. You know, probably won't be doing it now, but you know, I had a different turnout. So that's where I'm at now. Like, I don't, you know, I'm not really missing anything.
But it seems like their curriculum is not as intense as
Yes.
I have a friend who right now I think she's getting like her MHA, Master's in Health Education. She's like, wait, what are you doing? You have to do practical. She's like, we don't have to do that. And I'm like,
It
but
doesn't take forever.
yeah.
So I we done next summer. I'm like, I don't know, you're being a nurse. But I think it depends on the tracks that we're on. Like we're literally gonna deal with the brain. So it's like medical is probably gonna be a little easier. Like if you're just like imagine you know, blood pressure and stuff like that. It's more like procedural. Us, you have to literally know certain skills and like it's a little
Even though, like, school counseling is shorter than mental health counseling.
really
You have 300 hours.
that's
So, yeah. So, 3,000.
After we graduate.
After we graduate.
Yeah, they have only 300.
300.
Yeah.
I thought it was 2,000.
No,
No,
3,000.
3,000. 3,000.
No, still counseling the 2,000 after they graduate. Also, you back off though what Artemis said about like over the summer, me and my friend Amanda, we were in the class in mid 5 weeks. We went to Florida for a weekend, but we both planned to do everything before we left on that flight. We were literally at the airport doing work and submitted everything, and we were able to enjoy our weekend and not have to worry about anything. Kind of like what Artemis said, like we didn't open our laptops, we didn't read, we didn't touch anything. We went to the beach and hung out for the time that we needed because the 5 week course was intense. I mean, we were doing a lot of work, so we needed like, especially it's the summer. Like we both worked during the summer. It was hard to find like the one weekend that we had availability. But I think it, like, as according like to friends, is like if there's, I feel like I've planned things ahead. Like I booked like apple picking with all of my friends. I sent a huge text and I
you playing
said,
A you playing A friend.
I am probably. I texted her because I knew everyone is so busy. I'm going Wednesday too. Where are you going? Like Harvest Moon.
Yes.
That's
I want
a
to.
good one. That's a good one.
No, but it's not even for that. That's new. But I texted everyone like the beginning of or end of August, and I said I'm free October 11th. I want to go apple picking. So who's going? And I but I had to do it that way because my best friend's a cop, so her hours are really long and like weird, strange hours. My other friend's in nursing school, but she's in an accelerated program, so I don't know when to tell her. My other friend's a school teacher. She's kind of on the fence about things, and then I have like most of my other friends are in this program, and so like my boyfriend's in law school. He's got classes on Saturdays. Like it's a lot to plan, and especially if you do something with significant others, I have to plan.
Yeah.
Because I have to say, okay, I know I'm doing this October 11th. What else is due right at time so I can now go on Saturday and be okay and have fun and not have to sit there and worry. Like, no, it's not like the calendar is great.
Seems like yes, that's
What slice do you like to be bigger in your eyes all the time?
Gym and healthy. Yes.
I used to be very
They
active.
just take my money.
But now I'm not being able to school takes up most of my time.
Definitely is.
And
You know, good.
gym, but one days like okay, so between the end of the summer and the beginning of the semester, I was good, but I would get like 4 minutes done for the day. But on Mondays and Tuesdays, it's exciting because I can't get up at 4 a.m., go to the gym, come home, read, study, work, get ready for school because it's 24 hours in a day and 18 hours of that of Mondays I'm awake. I can't.
I was productive when I wasn't in school. It was like my last semester off last spring, and I was in the gym and every single 4 a.m. Because of the gym, and like, I was so consistent, and I was like, as soon as the semester, I was like, this is. And I started getting jobs too. Like, I feel like when you know yourself, your organization like works. Like you know, you have to plan ahead. I know me, I'm a professional. I'm more productive when I have a little anxiety on. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I noticed that like my gym and even like my meal prep, like school, work, and that, and then I'm a dog mom, so I gotta walk him. It's a lot. It is. That's having a kid.
And I'm like, you're right. Like,
Yeah.
it's scary.
This is my girlfriend at the age of like 30. She's open to my net in Australia in that club. I'm 31 minutes.
Like my end is like I think where I get stuck is I know I have the time to do it because it can be something as simple as like doing yoga outside for like 20 minutes, right? We said that like in the activity before that like 20 minutes was something we could journal about, right? I could take those 20 minutes and go like on my street and do a 20-minute walk. That counts as like exercise or like doing like a YouTube video. Like I feel like
You content creator? You content creator?
no, but I'm saying like you could do like a Pilates, like at home Pilates thing. I think for me, like I get in my head a lot of like, oh, I'm not a morning person. I'm not going to the gym at 4 a.m. I don't want to spend the money to pay for a gym membership. Like I think I get in my head a lot about not being able to work out when there's other avenues
That you can. That's
exercise or self-care. Like I think I tend to minimize that portion. So like, I don't really have the time for that. And then when you like look at it, I'm like, well, I really scroll for 20 minutes in the morning and bed before I get out. I'm like, do this. I got up and did a little bit of something.
You mean when you don't have enough time for exercise, you can't exercise. You need to plan too many things. You can't even exercise for that 20 minutes. Okay, then you only beginning of now I'm going to ask you, what's your if you're still from this group, you know, if your stress is coming down or not, or
Like so far,
yes.
I feel more relatable. Like it was interesting to hear everybody's perspective because I have similarities where it's like, oh, I am like that too. But I thought I was burning myself out. Like, oh yeah, let's plan ahead. But I'm also the person like I will procrastinate, and I think that's where I need to be more organized too. Like even in my procrastination, if you are gonna procrastinate, don't procrastinate 5 things at once. Like, like I just know what I know, and it's like I still got to go to like 2 weeks ago, but I put in the work and I backed up because I'm worried about school. It's like I'm still like,
But kind of going off like connectedness, like you said, like you procrastinate, like kind of connects with like me saying that procrastinate, like exercising. Like it might not be the same type of like procrastination.
Activity, but still.
Yeah, like we're all kind of like going back to our first meeting, like we all said the same thing about like some of the intro like activities that we did. Like we all still it lets us realize like, oh, we're in the same boat.
I've never been to class today. This is one class. Um, and then,
what's that?
That's not good.
Are you a four?
no, it's not. I'm thinking of the title of the book. That's not the class. The class is you're in the class.
And
I think so.
What's the problem?
Lisa, Lisa. So,
Oh yeah.
so,
But she posts the I don't know if it's the same. I took it in summer.
no, it is. So what it is like I cracked the book and I started looking out there. This is a language on its own.
Yeah.
So Saturday morning, and this one. So I used to get up and go to the gym at 4 in the morning, then come back and then start studying. So because of my current schedule, I was like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna wake up, I'm gonna open the book, and I get so I get back in, take the light, and open the book. First time I did it, I looked at the book, I was like, I closed the book, and I lied you not. I just sat still. Television wasn't on, nothing was on. The dog sat on the floor and was like, he just looking at me. What's the matter, man? And this is me. I'm over here. I sat there for an hour with the book in front of me, closed for an hour. Went on for the rest of the day. I read every other book twice. I downloaded the books, so there are times that I'll have my computer read the chapter back to me while I'm doing stuff in the house. I still look it up.
I'm gonna say
For that fact.
half the stuff in the book they don't go over.
So what I said to myself was, okay, at some point in time, I'm really gonna have to break down and read this. And I spoke to the professor and she said, what I found very interesting. When she said, this is not a class that you should take in the summer because it's very short. It's not a class that you should take virtually because there's a lot of moving parts to it. She said, this class, if you can, you should take it personally. But the way I got in was the only way I could get in. So now what I do is I do the hard stuff first. So I read that first, and I read that more than once. And then I have to do first credit with also procrastinating because I was like, what is this? I didn't understand it. It immediately submerges you in program evaluation language, which can be confusing if you think.
I took it during the summer.
Yeah, so that part.
Yeah. I just wanted to rip that bandage off. We're gonna have to sit that.
Yes.
I usually I do skim through the chapters, but then I have ChatGPT to create like a detailed summary of the chapter with key points. And that's what I say. Because I feel like a lot of these stuff sometimes like repeated information and different words just
It's,
make
it's,
it
def-
long.
it's
Our
definitely
Gino grant book is like that.
Yeah.
Like we have to read 100 pages this week coming up. 100 pages.
When it comes up with people, I'm like, okay, yeah, I just say that. This is exactly what I think this is about.
Well, for our family systems class, we don't get slides. She just does it.
We literally like it's 2 point of the textbook every chapter repeats every single thing.
Yeah.
Just because it's genographs. It's not
I'm not like learning anything new. It's right. Like it's the same thing, and like 100 pages is crazy on top of that, and an article, and like she's making us watch like because she's out next week. Like on top of other things, I'm so sorry. I'm not reading 100 pages. I'll skim. I'll look at the titles, but I can't sit there and read 100 pages. And what a 30-page article or something. That's crazy.
no 30 page article.
Yeah, well, that's it's like she has like article like journal articles on her like syllabus, and you have to read. It's like required. Family system.
Oh, sorry.
No, we can share more. Thank you all for sharing your experience. Thank you. Thank you.
And I was just